Today, what was your argument related to this tunnel project? From the first day itself, you are opposing, saying it's unscientific.
The Honorable High Court of Karnataka heard the batches of public interest litigation challenging the state government's tunnel project today. The Honorable Chief Justice has directed the state government to inform possible contractor or concessionaire of the pendency of this writ petition. The Honorable Court has also directed that no equities shall be created in this case, and the Honorable Chief Justice has also reiterated the earlier interim order of protecting tree felling in Lal Bagh. The High Court has also made the entire tender and the tunnel road project subject to the outcome of the public interest litigation. The High Court has fixed 20th of August as the next date of hearing, where the matter will be heard and disposed finally. I'm grateful to the Honorable High Court for the interim protection that they have offered at this stage. The tunnel road project is patently illegal. No environment impact assessment has been done. It is done without fulfilling the mandate of the BMLTA. It is also against Article 243 of the Constitution of India, which mandates that large urban mobility proposals should be approved only after consultation with the metropolitan planning authorities. So, our challenge to the tunnel petition is primarily on three grounds: that it is constitutionally and statutorily perverse, that there is manifest arbitrariness in the manner in which they want to execute this project, and third and most importantly, that the tunnel road project will be a very serious environmental threat to not just Lal Bagh, which is one of the last remaining heritage lung spaces in the city, which the state government wants to acquire 5 acres of Lal Bagh for this project, but it will also pose a very serious environmental threat to the underground water aquifers ecosystem in the city. And the state government wants to go ahead with this project without any environmental impact assessment. We have urged all of this before the High Court. We hope that we will get to impress upon the court in more detail on the 20th of August, when the next date of hearing is scheduled for.
When the DIPR is happening, sir, the government clearly says it's in the DIPR stage and permitted requirements which are required. We will go through the following all the norms and the guidelines. Why so much hurry to object this, and we will not disturb any environmental this one, especially Lal Bagh?
The state government, in its affidavit before the High Court, has very categorically stated that they will be acquiring permanently 5 acres of Lal Bagh, and that they will be putting up parking lot and other buildings in the 5 acres that they propose to acquire. Now the Chief Minister on one side says they will not touch Lal Bagh, but his own government, through the affidavit, sworn affidavit before the High Court, states that they will acquire 5 acres of Lal Bagh land. More than 5 acres of Lal Bagh land. This is a very serious double speak of the government. And even as recently as last week, the Chief Minister stated publicly that in the next cabinet meeting, they will award the tender of this tunnel road project. I want to bring to his attention the order of the Honorable High Court. I also want to impress upon him that the fight to protect Bengaluru's environment and to also urge for scientific urban planning in Bengaluru, we will continue this inside of the court and even outside of it.
Bengaluru is also known as a park city, so park city, green city. Do you think somewhere the project will vanish this kind of a title which has been for several years?
The north entrance of the tunnel says they will acquire some land in the Sankey Tank area. In the southern exit, they are proposing to and have sworn on affidavit that they will acquire 5 acres of Lal Bagh. So in the north, they want to attack Sankey Tank. In the south, they want to attack Lal Bagh. All for building one road. A road which the state's very own authorities have said is not part of the comprehensive mobility plan. The state's own authorities have said is not going to solve the traffic congestion which it claims to solve in the first place. Therefore, this is a very unscientific project. I am not saying this. The state's expert review committee has itself said that this is an unscientific project, not part of the comprehensive mobility plan, does not follow the principles of the National Urban Mobility 2017 policy. So there are multiple issues on which we have challenged this. Most importantly, when our government was there in, under Bommaiji's leadership, the Bengaluru Metropolitan Land Authority Act was passed. The object of the act was to have coordinated comprehensive planning for urban mobility in the city. Today what is happening? Two arms of the government are planning independently different projects which don't talk to each other and do not complement each other. What one arm of the government does, the other arm of the government does not know. To precisely prevent this problem, the BMLTA Act was introduced. The state government, however, has not brought into force, or rather appointed the chairman for the BMLTA authority. And because they have not appointed somebody as the chairman and constituted the authority, they want to use this vacuum to push projects that are unscientific in nature. All of these are being challenged before the High Court, and the state will have a lot of answering to do. We will also be raising this issue in the public court, like how we have been consistently raising. Thank you.